When you regulate your nervous system, you will be able to 10x, 20x, 30x your business. A lot of times, why we're hitting an income ceiling, or why we're not getting the clients that we want to, or why we're not seeing the visibility that we want to, it's because of your nervous system. It's not a strategy problem, it's actually your nervous system standing in a way and not feeling safe to receive all the money that you want to. Your nervous system does not feel safe to hold a lot of clients or to be seen by a lot of people. Many times in business, yes, strategy is key. You have to apply, you have to do things a certain way, you have to be strategic in order for your business to grow and to see it at the level that you want to. But your nervous system is equally as important in the process of getting the results that you want. I did a video on this a while back, and I shared how I hit $25,000 in my business in 1 month. Instead of being excited, my body went into panic, and I remember feeling so overwhelmed, feeling so stressed, feeling so scared, because I've never seen that money ever in my life. I come from a very modest background. I worked very hard, my parents worked very hard, and I did not grow up with a lot of money. Every single little cent was turned around, and I'm so grateful because my parents, created a great life for me. But because of that, because I don't come from a lot of money, when I saw that money on my calculation sheet, I couldn't believe it. And immediately, my nervous system went into panic. After that, I wasn't able to recreate that money for a long time, because what I actually needed is to first regulate my nervous system, to feel safe to receive this type of money, to hold it, and to understand what comes with this type of money. And what I mean with what comes with this type of money is, of course, you have more clients, you have maybe a bigger team, you have more things that you have to take care of. And if you're not ready yet to take care of all these things and see yourself as the person who can take care of all of these things, what can happen is that you either self-sabotage or you find ways to not create that type of success again. Now, again, this is my personal example. The way that this can show up for you is in many, many different scenarios and in many different ways. What I want to talk about today in this video is the 5 steps that you can take to regulate your nervous system, but also go deeper into understanding what might be recreating the same unwanted results in your business over and over and over again. Now, the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to think of your goal that you have in mind in your business. It might be a number, it might be a number of clients, it might be a number in terms of sales, it might be something completely else. But I want you to think of this goal, but I want you to really think of it as the biggest goal that you have ever set yourself. So maybe right now, your realistic goal is to hit $10,000 a month, but maybe your big goal down the line is to hit $50,000 or $100,000 a month. Now that you have this goal, I want you to ask yourself, what is your biggest fear if you actually achieve this goal? You can also rephrase it by filling in the gap. I fear that if I achieve this goal, I fill in the gap right here. What is the first thing that pops into your mind about your fear of achieving this goal? Why asking this question is really important is because the first thing that pops into your mind is actually a subconscious fear and the very thing that is going to block you from creating the result that you want. For example, if you want to make $50,000 a month, your biggest fear though might be that you'll have to work nonstop and you're gonna burn out, because maybe in the past you actually made a lot of money and you weren't able to keep up, you were working a lot and you actually burned out. This is where your nervous system is keeping you locked in the same place that you're at because subconsciously you actually fear that it might happen again. Or maybe you grew up seeing your dad work a lot, your dad was never at home, and you felt abandoned by your dad. You know that he was the person that brought in a lot of money so that you guys, could eat. again, I'm making this up, but maybe now your subconscious mind still associates, well, okay, if I make a lot of money, am I going to abandon my family? Now, this fear doesn't have to make conscious sense. It only needs to make sense to your nervous system to understand that this is what is actually subconsciously blocking you from creating the goal that you want. So what we want to do is we want to name it, we want to actually call it out, and then we want to release it. Alone, this question has saved me so much time and energy, because instead of trying to hit a goal over and over again, I would actually ask myself, Jess, what are you scared of if you achieve this goal? And then I realized, oh, I'm scared I won't be able to keep up. I'm scared this is going to happen. I'm scared this is going to happen. And so by me just bringing it to the forefront, to the surface, being able to look at that already created so much peace of mind for me, because then I was able to see that the stories I was telling myself were no longer true, and I was able to release them by bringing them to the forefront. The second thing that you want to do is ask yourself, how does your body respond to stress? The thing is, your nervous system is always talking to you. The question is, are you actually listening? For example, is your jaw clenching when you get a new inquiry in? Is your chest tightening when you're about to go live? Do you feel breathless when you see money land in your account? Your body is a direct link to your state. It is extremely important that you recognize the signals that your body is giving you. Because if you are in a survival state and you're trying to create from a survival state, it's going to be really hard for you to access creativity, to think clearly, to show up the way that you want to show up. And you're going to be stopping yourself from actually achieving your goals, because if you are in survival and your body thinks right now, like, I gotta make money, otherwise I will land on the street, or I'm gotta make money, otherwise this, or I have to show up, otherwise this is gonna happen. You are in a tightening response. Your body is literally like, this is not cool, we don't like this. And it's gonna keep recreating what it is that you don't like. That's why if your body is in a survival mode, it's in a survival state, no matter how much strategy you apply, things will not shift, or not shift as quickly as you'd like, or they will shift, but you will find ways to sabotage yourself. Like in my case, with my high income month, I sabotaged myself because I wasn't able to actually hold it. Now, what you can do is uncover your hidden triggers in your business. So ask yourself, what things happen in my business that trigger me, that set off these signals? So for example, what specific situations make my body tense up? Where do I feel the pressure to perform? What money conversations make me feel breathless? Identifying your triggers is so powerful, because this will allow you to really actually see how your body is responding, and to bring yourself back to the present moment, realizing that you get to control how your body responds, but only when you actually are aware that your body is responding in the first place. So a quick regulation exercise that I love to do is called box breathing. Think about it this way. When your body is in survival and your body right now thinks that there is a lion trying to catch you, your body is not gonna think, oh, let me take a deep breath in because I have the time. Your body's gonna think survive, and all the other bodily processes in your body are gonna literally shut off, because your body is thinking, I gotta survive the situation. So anchoring yourself back into your breath is a way to signal to your nervous system, hey, we are safe. There's no danger. There is no lion trying to catch us right now. So the thing that you can do, as I said, is called box breathing, where you breathe in, counting to 4, you hold, counting to 4, breathe out, counting to 4, and hold, counting to 4. There's a lot of YouTube videos actually on this that you can check out. But that simple act of regulating your breath is what signals your nervous system, hey, if we can breathe normally, there must be no danger right now, so we're good. So in these moments when you're getting triggered, it's extremely important to be in tune with your body and to actually feel how your body is responding. Which brings me to my next point, understanding the difference within your body between a dysregulated state and between a regulated state. When you are dysregulated, what does your body do? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel tightness around your chest? Do you feel butterflies in your stomach? Is your breath shallow? When you're regulated, what does your body do? Do you feel grounded? Do you feel calm? Do you feel different? Alone, understanding the difference of how your body is responding in those two states, it sounds so simple, you guys, But trust me, I've worked with so many people, and the biggest thing I've seen is being so used to pushing through, is being so used to just keep going, just write another email, just show up one more time, and actually creating a complete disconnect from their body. You got to understand how your body is responding to you and to external things, because then you can get control over yourself and over your body again. And this is what we want when we are regulating the nervous system. So what you can do here is really practicing feeling into both states. How do I feel when I feel grounded, when I feel regulated? How do I feel when I don't? And so every time that you're don't, instead of pushing through, instead of doing more, instead of just writing another email, you actually bring yourself back to the present moment. You realize, I am dysregulated right now. This is not helping my creativity. This is not helping me think clearly. This is probably making my email response not as great as it should be. Bring yourself back to the present moment, regulating yourself through breath work, for example. And then you can keep going. And then you know the difference between, am I regulated right now or not? Again, it sounds simple, but this is oftentimes what we forget. In a society that we live in today, where we are in front of screens all the time, we have lost touch with our bodies. We are so used to disconnect. We're so used to not listen, to suppress. So alone practicing this, it's going to change your life. The next thing to do is to expand your capacity to hold more. If thinking about more money makes you tense up, it's not the money, it's your body doesn't feel safe holding it. So here's how to shift it. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine receiving double the income that you're receiving right now. How does your body respond? Calm or tense? Then you anchor in a calm energy. So you breathe in, and then you visualize your body expanding to hold more with ease. And you can every day practice asking yourself, how can I embody the version of me who holds that amount of money that you want with ease? This is an identity shift that is very necessary when it comes to increasing your capacity. That's why nervous system and identity work really go hand in hand. You have to start seeing yourself as the version of you that is able to receive more money, that is able to handle more clients, that is able to handle more responsibility. Because maybe you want all that money, but if you don't see yourself yet as the version of you who can actually hold all of the things that are coming your way, what's going to happen is that you might attract the results that you want, but then your capacity is not as big as it should be, and you might feel like you can't hold on to everything. And it is so funny, again, because on a conscious level, you might want the success, you might want the money, but your body is so smart, it's constantly speaking to you. And the very easy exercise of you receiving more and noticing how your body is responding shows you if you're actually open to getting more into receiving more, or if you're actually closing yourself up. So if you do have a fear of receiving, which maybe you're not even aware of it, because I wasn't until I actually made that money that I didn't even expect I could make, you got to learn how to reframe that. This is where you reframe the perspective of holding more. Maybe if you feel like you're tensing up when you're receiving, ask yourself, what if holding more was actually a gift to others? What if you could use your overflow to impact, support, and elevate others too? So every time I would find myself feeling guilty or feeling like maybe I shouldn't receive this much money, or maybe it's wrong, I would actually tell myself, no, the very fact that I'm receiving this, I want to show other people how they can do it too. I want to show other women that they can do what they love and receive all the abundance that they want to. I want to be the example for them to see that it's possible for them too. So the more that you elevate yourself, the more that you receive, the more that you allow yourself to be this version of yourself that gets everything that she wants, you're showing other people how it's possible for them too, right? And that to me is like, alone that shift in my mindset has allowed me to really see that we're all connected. And if I get to live my dreams, I get to live it by also showing you that you can live your dreams too. And that's how we heal together. That's how we expand together. And it's such a powerful way of reframing the art of receiving, really. And then lastly, the thing to do is to learn to regulate before, during, and after anything that you're doing in your business. Regulation and bringing yourself back to the present moment, bringing yourself back to your body is not something that you should only do before you have a big launch or before you put a YouTube video out or before you share something, but it should be part of your practice, in my opinion, because the world that we live in today, it wasn't designed for us human beings. So we actually, a lot of us, many of us, probably all of us, actually have a dysregulated nervous system because we are in front of screens all the time, which by itself is already very unnatural for us human beings. We constantly get bombarded with information from all sides, right? No matter if you go on Instagram, no matter if you read the news, we find out information from the other side of the world within a split second. We feel the pain of other people so much quicker than we could in the past because of the information that we can access like this. And so we have to understand that the world that we live in today is not created for us to live with a regulated nervous system. We got to make it our task every day to regulate ourselves, to bring ourselves back to the present moment, to feel grounded as much as possible. And now, if you do feel like maybe you have a big win and you feel dysregulated afterwards, so maybe like in my case, you make 25,000 in a month and that is something that you always wanted to achieve, or 50,000, it doesn't matter what goal you have, and you feel it's like what I felt, what's really important is to integrate that win into your body. So really, the act of celebrating yourself is also what regulates your nervous system. Because when you celebrate yourself, your nervous system is going to be like, hey, this is actually a good thing that's happening right now. So first, again, we notice, okay, how is my body responding? Noticing the stories that I'm telling myself, noticing that this is not true. I'm making this up right now because my body wants to feel safe. And then the very easy act of celebrating your wins is what's going to signal your nervous system, hold on, we're actually good. Like, this is good. Doing this over and over again, even with small wins, is what is going to integrate your growth as a person, what is going to integrate your growth as a business owner. And the more that you celebrate yourself, the more your nervous system is going to be like, okay, this is good, this is good, this is good, this is good. Within my community, I literally tell my clients they need to celebrate themselves every Wednesday. Yes, because Wednesday, whatever. Every Wednesday, I want them to celebrate the smallest win that they can think about. Because what it does is it creates momentum, but it also signals your nervous system, we're growing, we're expanding, this is safe. I get to look at it, I get to see it, I get to celebrate it, I get to see it as something good and not something that is bad. It's not making me a bad person. It doesn't mean that I'm gonna, whatever your stories are that you might create when your nervous system is dysregulated. Bonus, I didn't think I was gonna go there, but if you want to take the work of nervous system regulation even deeper, my favorite thing to do is the combination of inner child work with somatics. Now, inner child work is healing your inner child, recognizing that a lot of the dysregulation happens today because of the beliefs that have been formed early on as a child. And so with inner child work, you are able to travel back in time and not physically, of course, but you travel back in time to your inner child, heal her, and regulate yourself by using somatics. Now, if this is something that you're very new to, I actually have a couple of free masterclasses that you can find down below where I also speak about this and I do practices where you're going to be able to integrate this even deeper. So if you are interested, just click on one of the free masterclasses down below. I have the Wealthy Nervous System Masterclass and the Regulated CEO. Those two masterclasses are great and they're going to show you an exercise that allows you to really release whatever is going on and to bring yourself back to a state of safety, but also let go of the root of why you are dysregulated in the first place. And this is very important work. We always have to go to the root of why we are dysregulated in the first place. Otherwise, we will work on the surface of what's going on and not actually go into the depth of how actually to do it. That is it. I hope this was useful and valuable to you. I hope a lot of entrepreneurs, business owners get to see this video. If you feel like you want to share it with a friend, please do. Let me know if you actually decide to sign up to some of my free masterclasses. Again, they're valuable, super great. I highly recommend doing that. And if you do have any other questions, I would love to answer them. So drop them down below, subscribe to the channel, sending you so much love. Thank you for being here. Mwah. And until next time, bye-bye.